Sarah, the Tudor Travel Guide here, and here I am on another stop on my summer progress. Here is the beautiful Gainsborough Old Hall in Gainsborough in Lincolnshire. Now, it's quite the way off the usual tourist trail, but if you love your Tudor history, you may have heard me speak about it before and urge you to put this on your itinerary for a couple of very good reasons. The first reason is this is one of the finest surviving medieval houses in England, according to architectural historian Anthony Emery. It is complete and it is raw. It's almost as if it was when its Tudor owners left here. What you'll find when you come to Gainsborough Old Hall is a hall in a U shape. Now today it's surrounded by modern houses, but of course in its day it would have been glorious open countryside and gardens, and it would have been quite a spectacle. And here we are actually standing in probably what was the outer courtyard, with the main entrance through into the Great Hall directly behind me there. It's now bricked up. One of the most fabulous things about visiting the hall is its spectacular Great Hall with its sort of vaulted ceiling, its wonderful stone oriel window, and you get this superb demonstration of the arrangements of the pantry, the buttery, and then the corridor down to the kitchens. And the kitchens really are spectacular. They are very well preserved medieval kitchens, even with the Louvre in the roof that would have let out the smoke and the heat. Now, from a Tudor point of view, this place is so important because it was the first married home of a young 17-year-old Katherine Parr, who came north from Hertfordshire and her childhood home of Rye House to be the wife of Edward Burgh, who was the son of Sir Thomas Burgh. Thomas Burgh, in turn, would be the Lord Chamberlain for Anne Boleyn, so he was a very important person of court. So this place would have been of some prestige and standing. Now, Katherine Parr came here, as I said, as a 17-year-old bride. She can't have had an easy time here, for Sir Thomas, her father-in-law, was known to be incredibly irascible chap, very bad-tempered and ruled with an iron fist. Well, thankfully, perhaps she didn't have to stay here too long, because the young couple took up residence in Curtin in Lindsey, which is about 12 miles from here, before, unfortunately, Edward Burgh, Katherine's husband, died just after a few years of marriage, making, of course, Katherine a widow for the very first time, but not the last, my friends. Now, the other point of Tudor history, of course, is that just as in Lincoln, Henry VIII came here while he was in Lincolnshire on progress in the 1541 progress with Catherine Howard by his side. And you can still see the eastern range of the buildings, which would have housed the sort of the principal private apartments for the household that Catherine and Henry would have stayed in. So now today, the hall has just been recently taken over by English Heritage, and they are putting more of an emphasis on the architecture of the hall, and perhaps less on its Tudor history, which won't suit some of us Tudor aficionados, but nevertheless, the hall, as I said before, is really raw and authentic. So if you want to get a feel for how a house of the period would have looked without being messed around too much by later generations, then this would be a great place to visit. Well, that's Sarah, as ever, the Tudor Travel Guide, on the road. The rain has stopped for a short period of time, and I will see you on the next stop on our Tudor Trail. So until next time, my friends, it's of course happy time travelling.